Peace and Wellness family. There are two particular hormonal states of being that will determine the exact time that you should be training and what style of training you should undertake. And if you have these two conditions, you will not see results if you do not take these into consideration. Allow us to dive into what exactly am I talking about. I'm not going to leave you hanging so that you can stay longer. I'm going to give it right to you right up front. If you are insulin resistant and or type 2 diabetic, and the third one, I said 2, is a chronic cortisol state of resistance, you have two particular times. You have a particular time of the day that you should train, and you have a particular style of training that will work best for you. In other words, if you're not engaging in the particular time and or the particular style of training, your results are likely not to show up. As a matter of fact, you are likely to exacerbate your condition. And again, we're talking about insulin resistance and or type 2 diabetes, and we're talking about chronic cortisol or all three of these detrimental effects. The fact of the matter is this: you and I have damaged our hormonal states of being, most of us. And we think that training, and many experts will tell you that any style of training is better than none. This is not the case if you have a damaged human organism. You have to be specific, and you have to be intentional, and you have to understand the styles of training that you should engage in. If you have these conditions, you do not want to train in a high intensity manner, meaning the workouts that I show you a lot on here, some of them you should not engage in because of your condition, and it will only exacerbate either the insulin resistance, the type 2 diabetic state, and or your chronic cortisol levels. And again, here's why you should not train in the morning. For those of you who have either insulin resistance, type 2 diabetic, and or chronic cortisol, there's a phenomenon called the dawn phenomenon. And this happens to every human being. Our body, between 4 and 8 a.m., our body releases a lot of cortisol in order to wake us up. This is if we're waking up in the morning. Our body starts to release this cortisol in order to wake the body up. So the liver breaks down glycogen stores and shoots those stores into the bloodstream so we can wake up. So we're dealing with higher cortisol levels and higher blood sugar levels naturally. And this is for every human being. For those of us who have damaged our human organism, our levels will be that much higher. And this is why you and I should not train in the morning and not train high intensity. There's a caveat. I'll share that with you a little bit later, but let's break down why you should. All exercises raise cortisol. And if you are already chronically high in cortisol levels and you engage in training, specifically high intensity training or steady state cardio. Steady state cardio would be the worst. That's a little bit above the level of walking where you can talk, but at a constant level for a long period of time. You're going to exacerbate your condition because cortisol will continue to rise uninstructed by any of the other hormones that could put that in balance. And this is why you shouldn't engage in these steady state training sessions early in the morning and or a high intensity training session if you have these three conditions: insulin resistance, type 2 diabetic, any of these three, and or chronic cortisol issues. And this is why, again, you and I must understand how our bodies work. When you engage in exercise early in the morning and you have these three states, as I stated before, your insulin levels, your cortisol levels rise super high. It shoots blood into the bloodstream. And this is going to cause the body to either keep insulin high, even though you haven't eaten anything, or it's going to keep, again, cortisol. And both of these hormones, if they're together, lock and step, you're going to keep the weight, particularly around your midsection. And this is why you see many individuals who train and who are conditioned still have a gut. This is because, in all likelihood, they're insulin resistance and or pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic, and or they have a chronic cortisol issue that they don't know anything about. And all these things are detrimental. And this is why you shouldn't train in the morning if you have these conditions. You should train in the afternoon, and you should train in a way that is similar to a bodybuilder, because this is going to minimize the cortisol spike. But all exercises indeed raises cortisol, and it is low intensity, and this will counterbalance your chronic cortisol issue, and it would use fat as the fuel for the workout instead of drawing energy from other sources when you're doing high intensity workout or steady state cardio above a slow moderate walk. And these things are the things that are hindering. I have 18 DIY workouts available within my wellness guide that will teach you about fasting, that will teach you about hormonal support, will teach you about nutrition, and will guide you through the particular trainings that you would need in order to see the results that you want. Again, all training is not created equal, because all individuals are not in an equal state of being as far as their hormones are concerned. For higher level coaching, please email me, Wellness Guide, if you're interested in learning about these particular techniques, etc., that will help you and get the information necessary to lead you on your way to a healthier you. Sending you peace and always love. If you like, please subscribe, share, etc. Peace and wellness, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. As I said in the video, I have 18 DIY workout videos. They're videos that will take you through specific workouts that you can utilize, as well as I have a wellness guide that covers fasting, that covers nutrition, that covers the hormonal state of beings, how to correct hormones, postmenopausal, menopausal women, perimenopausal, but also for males as well when we're dealing with testosterone levels, etc. These guides are complete guides. They are complete wellness guide to lead you in the direction that you want to go when it comes to optimizing your health. Email me at montereid365@gmail.com. State wellness guide in the tagline or subject line, and I will send you more information on the costs and the process of how I'm going to help you regain your health. Have a beautiful day. Peace.